Well, hello and welcome, dear audience, to this wonderful month of darkness, Werewolf the Apocalypse one-shot, Blood Moon's Harvest. So excited you're here. Let's go ahead and go around and meet all of our wonderful players, starting with Abby.
You know, this happens every time and I'm never ready for it. But yeah, I'm Abby. I'm your local Tanae Mexican nerd. And tonight, or rather this morning for me, I am going to be your Theurge, Bones. She's too old and done with this.
We love it. Thank you for being here, Bones. Az.
Well, hey there, everybody. I'm as I was on the social media because I think I'm funny. And today I will be playing Kiera Quill, the Bonar Galliard.
Absolutely, and thank you for being here, Kiera. The wonderful Cynthia Marie.
Hey everyone, I'm Cynthia Marie. Yeah, y'all know who I am. Anyways, I'm playing Quiet Mercy today. Shadow Lord. Let's go.
We love the Quiet Mercy. The one and only Huddy von Schland.
Hi, I'm Huddy von Schland. I'm a World of Darkness community ambassador. Happy Month of Darkness, everybody. I'm playing Gaia's Weasel, a Hart Warden Ragabash.
And just in case that name sounds familiar, Huddy is reprising the role that they played in their Book of Hungry Names playthrough on this same channel. So it's always good to have a callback, right, gang? And last but certainly not least out of our pack, Vin.
Oh my gosh, hi! I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on all socials, that blue sky, that's VinVox.com, which is also my website because I am a voice actor and tabletop performer. And tonight I'll be playing Cameron Cam Crow, Ahroun Black Fury. Yeah!
Yeah, boy. And last but certainly not least, hi everyone. I'm Avery at Avery DuBois on all the social media platforms. I style myself as something of an internet personality. You may have seen me in some wonderful shows like Blood of the Covenant, or maybe even Berlin Bloodlines as Unzurg and Edgar Waite. But today, I will be, for the first time on this channel, your storyteller. So without any further ado, let's get right into it, shall we? This wonderful pack of Garou. It has been a long hunt, my friends. Through the city of Portland and out into all of its extremities, you have been hunting this Fomori for weeks. And just recently, as of tonight, you finally sunk your fangs in. You managed to bring this Fomori low and release the firmling inside of it, this bane which inhabited this Fomori, and you are now chasing it through the Umbra. The Umbra of this landscape it was obviously once a forest when maybe there were quibblings amongst the Garou that were important, maybe in a time where there were not so many enemies that the Garou nation was flooded with foes from all sides. Maybe this umbral landscape was an actual forest. And now what it is a temple to decay and rot. The trees have a film of slimy mold over the outside of them. They're the leaf litter beneath your paws as you run through the Umbra. Every step cracks with the sickly, sweet smell of rotten leaves and something akin to decaying blood. The landscape around you is somewhat recognizable and yet foreign at the same time. In these places between places, what older Garou refer to as the land beyond the edge of the map. These places are where your pack has found each other. These are the places where you've cemented your bonds as warriors for Gaia. But what that means is truly up to you. And what we need to determine first, if all of you could, for me, please, make 3 rage checks at the start of the one-shot.
I failed all 3.
Failed all 3. Wonderful.
Oh my god, twins!
All 3. Perfect.
One failure.
Well, someone's got to take care of that pack.
1 failure.
No failures.
No failures. Okay.
1 failure.
1 failure. All right. So, for Weasel and for Kiera, you are both at 2 rage. For Quiet Mercy and for Cam, you are at 4 rage. Bones, you're still holding on to your full 5. This fight was brutal. Some of you having to burn through more of your rage than others. Some of you feeling a little bit more depleted than others. But as we focus on this exhaustion that is weighing in on you, I would like to go around and have each of you describe your characters for me. So if you could, Kiera, what do we see?
Kiera looks absolutely filthy. There is mud, dirt, blood all tangled in her hair, which is long and matted. She has a beanie on to kind of hold it back out of her face. She's got this wiry figure that speaks to her survival and the way she acts, being lupus born. All of her movements are very low.
Perfect. Weasel, if you would please tell us what we see.
Well, Weasel's always dirty because they don't really prefer, showers are for people who don't have to be a warrior for Gaia. They're dressed in whatever raggedy clothes that they found at the Goodwill, a hoodie and some torn jeans, and they're maybe not quite as exhausted as everybody else because they like to do their fighting from a distance.
Perfect. Quiet Mercy, what do we see?
Quiet Mercy is very monochromatic looking, very stern, very judgmental, gray eyes, gray hair, like all black, kind of sheer top. Does wear almost like a collar looking necklace that has is a gold necklace with a black lock on it, kind of reminder to keep herself very focused on things. But very sharp makeup, dark lip, not as dirty. She's like dusty. So she's been in it with everybody, but like still looks clean and still smells of like really expensive perfume. Like if you've ever like sprayed Coco Chanel or opium where it still lasts over days and you're like, Jesus, how did that perfume still like stick around? She smells like that, but like mixed in with dirt.
We love it. Cam.
I feel like if we put it on a spectrum, we have Weasel and we have Cam. They are both dressed kind of on the lower end, thrifting, but Cam is clean. They have at least a dial gold soap still tinge their skin with muck and blood and everything else. But,
We love it. And last but certainly not least, Bones.
When you think dire wolf, Bones is the image that comes to mind. She is noble, even in her old age, as her fur is kind of turned to that velvety, well-loved stuffed animal texture. Her eyes are yellow and steeled. She looks like a pure white wolf. And as a lupus-born, and more importantly, a red Talon, she is unlike to walk on 2 legs. Ever.
You're muted, Avery.
And as the lot of you chase deeper and deeper into the Umbra, the landscape around you becomes even more foreign as you run chasing this thing This, you've identified it as a firmling. It leaves a smoky, inky trail behind it that you have been between scenting and seeing the actual trail left and interpreting these spiritual signs as you move through the Umbra. This has been a hard hunt. It felt like just hours ago you brought this thing down as a Fomor, and yet now, if anyone were to ask, I'm not sure any of you would know how long you've been in the Umbra. The sun and moon have passed through the sky 1,000 times as you've been chasing this thing, and yet the clouds that were lingering on the horizon when you started chasing this thing out of the outskirts of Portland still hang on the outskirts of the horizon. It is as if time has passed all at once and also not at all. This strangeness as you go deeper into the Umbra, chasing and chasing, before there's a brief moment as all of you skid to a stop. You've lost the trail. And I will open the scene for a moment for all of you.
May I ask a question?
You surely may.
What the hell does my weasel look like in the Umbra?
Your weasel spirit, this deep in the Umbra, is strange. As your weasel has a very physical manifestation in Gaia's life, in Gaia's breath, on the other side of the gauntlet, right? This deep in the Umbra, it's strange. For a moment, you see that normal, small, kind of ruddy red weasel pop up out of the brush. But then it shifts, it changes. You see more of the spiritual power within it and not just this form that you recognize so well. For a moment, you see it as its face flashes and there's the face of a smiling man with a golden tooth. You see that, it shifts again, and you see that it has kind of half of a visage of a fox and half of a visage of a weasel. They're this deep in the Umbra, things are much more conceptual than they are concrete. But you do know that Weasel is here with you.
Then she'll turn to Kiera and Bones. Excuse me, is it Kiera? Kiera and Bones and say, one of you was born a wolf, right? Why don't you sniff out our trail?
I think that's more your forte, Bones. The fight kind of took it out of me.
I can see that, dear. Your fires burn low even now. I must say, this mannish way of hunting things, and she does that old dog stretch where you just hear all of her bones crack. Confuses me. Harder to follow a scent when it's of the soul. And Storyteller, could I use penumbral senses to pick up the trail?
You are already in the Umbra, so I'm not sure penumbral senses would help you too much. What I would take, if you would give it, would be either wits and awareness or wits and occult, whichever is higher for you.
Oh, wits and occult, hands down. Theurge has to know these things.
We love
Right, and that's with 5 range. Nothing will go wrong, surely.
Nothing will go wrong.
With 5 range, nothing ever goes wrong. Right, chat?
Right, no failures in the rage dice, so Grandma's not freaking out.
Oh, I love it.
That is
Finger
6
wing.
successes.
6 successes. And you rolled with occult. Perfect. So as you lower yourself, less scenting as you would on the other side of the gauntlet, and more allowing your, maybe, let's say, preternatural perception to just kind of ooze forth from you. You feel a few things, Bones. As deep as it feels in the Umbra to you, what I think Bones might refer to as a spot of light is close by. A place where, strangely like an island adrift in a midnight sea of dark wine ocean water, there is a place that is much closer to the other side of the gauntlet, suspended in this. And if this thing has already possessed a human making a Fomori once, you would take a very strong guess that that would be its inclination to do again.
Being a lupus, being lupus born of wolf, the way Bones would communicate this to her pack is that you see her stiffen suddenly. She's pointing the way that you might see a German short-hair pointer point at quarry. And I think in the umbra, in that midst, the fog sort of clears, the parting of the seas, and a path to their quarry is cleared as she points.
And indeed, as Bones points, the rot that has been covering the ground here, almost like two great claws, sink in and pull it away. You watch the leaves blow off to either side. Even some of the trees in that path crack and splinter and are moved from the way as Bones indicates the path forward for you all.
Weasel will sort of just like tap Quiet Mercy on the shoulder and be like, look, let's go, sweetheart. We don't want to get your Louboutins anymore mussed up.
I love that. Let's go.
Perfect. So which of you is leading the way, I must know?
Well, these youngsters aren't taking the initiative, so it seems like I will have to, despite these old bones crumbling even now.
I keep right on the shoulder of Bones.
Perfect.
Kiera's gonna take up the rear, make sure everybody gets through okay.
We'll have to compete for that.
I guess Cam's in the middle. Oh.
Oh my.
As you all move forward, running on this now clear path, something happens to you all that has never happened before. As you run through the Umbra, there is a distinct sharpness. Each of you takes a single level of superficial damage. It feels like being pushed through a glass door, the shards of it tearing at the edge of your form, and you are physically shunted from the Umbra. The Umbra rejects you back into reality. And you find yourselves very close together, almost comically Scooby-Doo pressed against each other inside of some dark space. It is extremely claustrophobic in here. And I will say, Weasel, you hear in your ear, hey, just put your hand over. No, not that way. No, other hand. Okay. Down a little bit. Down. Okay. You feel that? And you feel something cold and metal in your hand.
Okay.
Turn it. Left. Turn it left.
It's like when I was a teenager again in the movie theater. And she'll turn it.
And as you do, you all spill out of a broom closet, kind of falling on top of each other into a room.
Oh, I hope we don't fall on Grandma. She's in wolf form, right?
You definitely
She is,
do
and
all
she's a
fall
lot
on
older.
Grandma, but you, and as you all kind of adjust to your surroundings, I would like everyone to make me a wits and awareness roll.
I have a question for the storyteller.
I super have an answer.
Sick. My favorite is I can add dice for lost and overlooked things. Can I add that to my pool for investigating wherever this place is?
Sure, you surely may.
Hell yeah.
I only had 3 dice to roll and 2 rage, so I rolled a brutal outcome.
Perfect.
I'm not doing very well. Second roll, not great.
2 successes.
2 successes. Perfect.
Oh my gosh,
Successes on a
twin.
crit.
Perfect. So we will start with least catastrophic and move to most. We love it. Bones. It's fitting with you being the eldest amongst this number as well. And as you look around this space, you see glyphs. There are Garu glyphs carved into the walls here. But they're not right. They're glyphs for gathering. Glyphs invoking spirits. Glyphs asking for rage. And the telltale bloody claws of the once great and now fallen Fenris wolf. For quiet mercy. Also fitting that you're one of the older members of this pack. You were in Portland when the cult of Fenris turned. And you were there for the bloody fallout of those battles. In fact, if I had to take two guesses as to how you got your deed name, I think that would be a part of it.
Absolutely.
You know the rage of these wolves, and more than spotting the glyphs like bones, you feel the heaviness of Hauglosk in the air. This idea that one can become lost to one's own rage. That you become simply an empty vessel, living not for the fight for Gaia, living for the kill and taking whatever kill you can get your claws on. These extremists, these fallen Garu, you feel their spiritual pressure here.
Mercy's going to take a step back away from Bones, because when Mercy gets nervous about something, she'll sit and meditate. So you see her kind of like posed down, red bottoms up, folded, and she's like sitting there with her eyes closed, meditating.
For Cam and Kiera, as you take in this space, and the two of you also being a little bit more attuned to the average goings-on of normal people, you both smell human scents here. And not just Garu in human form. You smell things. You smell, as weird as it may sound, the sense of fear through indoctrination. You sense shame. You sense these things that, through talking to your elders at the Sept of the Green Song, other than Bones, these things that seem to surround humans that are drawn or kept against their will by the cult of Fenris. People that you need to upset the balance of the system for, Black Fury. Or people who are lost and overlooked. And one of the things that you see with rolling your dice for your favor, Kiera, is sticking out of the edge of one of the tables that line this room. There's a paper hanging out of one of the binders. And for the briefest of seconds, you see a little white rat with red eyes reach his head in and pull it out as it floats down to the floor.
Kiera had been playing with the holes in her clothes because all of her clothes are very ratty, but and seeing that kind of nudges Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can smell that, right?
No, yeah, it's kind of pungent.
Yeah. And it's gonna reach down, grab the paper.
And as you grab that paper and look at it, you see quickly it looks like an almost military grade topical map of some small geographical area, some you're not familiar with, and just as you're trying to kind of get your bearings for that, Weasel, looking around, you're also seeing the majority of these things, feeling them. You have to know where you are, and you reach over for that map from Kiera, and unwittingly you're going to increase your rage by 1, and as you rip it from their hands, the map rips in about 3 pieces.
Shit. I'm sorry. I don't like being in unfamiliar places. I'm not used to it. Sorry about that.
You want to eat it while you're at it?
Kinda. I'm a little hungry.
Yeah, eat it.
No.
Don't listen to him.
And Weasel climbs up on Gaia's Weasel's shoulder. Looks like we fell in the deep end today, gang.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly, Spirit.
And Bones, you hear Magpie in your ear. Tell him he sucks.
Bones just very quietly. Grandmother stare of disapproval energy. I already have 4 younglings to deal with. I don't need 6. Now, Pops. And she'll sit down on her haunches, and in the mortal world, she is far skinnier. Her age is showing much more. We need not the Weaver's cruelties, and she'll glare at the paper. She cannot read it, but she knows it contains evil words and spells. To find our goal, our quarry, as Garu, is always laid within our noses and hearts and spirits. Children, we must rally. And she'll look at everyone very seriously before she settles on quiet mercy. Did you hear me, child?
Don't call me child, patronizing me, please.
Well,
Grumble.
are you gonna meditate us away out of here or what?
Well, if we didn't have a ripped map, maybe we could have figured that out now,
Yeah, okay.
couldn't we?
Yeah, I deserve that. Point still stands though. Where the hell are we and how are we getting out of here? It's top 2.
Storyteller, should do I know exactly where we're at, or just a sense of I've met these sort of...
If you would for me, there will be a little bit of a dice penalty because the map is now ripped. Anyone who would like to try and divine some information out of this map, you can roll me. Weirdly enough, I'm going to say this one is either intelligence and politics or wits and streetwise.
I'm going to take what politics and what again? Intelligence. That's way better for me.
Yep, that's what I'm going with.
I'm not rolling.
We don't need to know where the fuck we are, do we? No, everything's fine.
No, I mean we do, but like we probably shouldn't help anymore.
I mean,
Cool. Two successes.
2 teeth.
2 successes. Brutal outcome.
2.
Why do I feel like that cancels me out?
So, for Quiet Mercy and for Cam, as you both look at this, some of it makes sense. You see a few towns along a coastline. You see that it doesn't really look that far from where you are, this coastline. You've been to the coast with your sept leader, sings the green song. At this point, venerable red Talon Galliard. And this, you see a town called Brookings. That you're familiar with. You've been there with Sings the Green Song, a Christmas market a few years back. And then promptly, as you go to follow it to where the kind of red dot on the map is of where you might be, Kiera, it is the realization of where you are that sparks your rage. And I will let you decide how you fully destroy this map. But you know that you are within probably 10 miles of the town you grew up in. Or rather, the Roach Motel where you learned how to act like a human.
I think what Kiera does is, with these fingers that earlier her packmate was complaining about because she is lupus born, and she looks up to Bones, just starts to use those thumbs to gouge holes in the map and then rip it with her teeth, especially taking out the part of the town where she was born.
Copycat.
I
So are
learned
we
from the
just,
best.
Cartographers? Mapivores? Why are we eating maps tonight of all days? Damn it.
It's a really great question.
All right.
It's too close. We're too close, but we're not close enough. It got away. It's gonna find someone else.
Do we want to know where we're at or not?
I would love to know.
Brookins. That's what I saw.
We are close to a town named Brookins. It's off the coast, I believe, somewhere near Portland-ish, Oregon, somewhere in there. And we're not necessarily near Booking, but like she like kind of shows the map, piece of the map that she's holding or was holding at some point.
Kira's gonna take out the edge that's still stuck. We're farther south by a ways.
That.
Bones will stick her nose into this conversation quite literally, sniffing at the map pieces. Sounds awfully two-legged. Ken, my dear, do you have that vest? What was it? The serviceable animal vest that I have to wear when we go into towns?
Oh, yeah, I put it
my
in.
emotional support. Yeah, Grandma got it. It's
And
got
like
a picture in.
the ragged hoodie that Kiera had is just gonna take it off and start ripping through the inside pockets. For Bones's emotional support vest.
I won't require any roll from you, my dear Garu, as you're already in a state of heightened senses on edge. There are two doors in this room other than the one you came through. In the door in the east wall, you can hear booted feet moving down metal stairs. Maybe one set of feet, maybe two.
Does anybody hear that?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Company.
With a quickness, like Mercy like stands up and like you could barely hear her high heels tap, but she like gets to the door and like leans into it to see anything. Can she hear anything else?
What's an awareness, please?
There's two. There's where we came in, like the broom closet or whatever, and then there's another door, or there is 3 doors.
Correct. There's the door where you fell into this broom closet that you came out of, and there's one other door.
All right, I'm not worried about the broom closet. Can I do something to the door that Quiet Mercy's leaning towards?
Sure, what would you like to do?
It's free. I don't have to roll anything. I would just like to put a boundary on it just in case someone opens it.
Perfect.
We'd all become
Tell
immediately aware.
Tell us what we see as you reach out with your power.
Well,
Gaia's Weasel.
Well, basically that's all I do. I don't have to be in a form for this particular power. I just sort of, grab my Weasel and I just sort of rub him on the door.
You know what? Sometimes you just gotta rub your Weasel, and you do so expertly.
You're welcome.
With 4 successes, Quiet Mercy, you hear Well, I don't know. The motion sensing lights came on. I don't know what you want me to say. We just have to check it out and then go back upstairs. Garrett, I'm getting really tired of the fucking questions, buddy. Just, what? You asked me to come here. You asked me to fucking security consult for you. I'm here alone in the middle of the fucking night, and the fucking dude, I don't know. It went off like 20 minutes ago. What do you want from me? And the other voice responds, what I want you to do is shut the fuck up and do your job. And the footsteps are getting much closer, Quiet Mercy. You would have to take a guess that they are probably only a few feet to the other side of that door.
Mercy she stands her ground. Like, she's not going to move, but like she visibly kind of like holds like movement and breath almost.
For sure. And the floor, which is the ceiling above you, you hear a door open up in that flight of, you would have to assume is a flight of stairs ahead of you, and shut. And then as all of you kind of have that moment, like scared kids in the basement who just smoked pot for the first time, looking up towards the ceiling above you, you can not hear footsteps up there. Even with your heightened Garu senses, these floors must be incredibly thick. Until you hear the sound of a door shutting, and then another opening. They're moving around on the floor above you.
You know that look that dogs give you when you're secretly filming them and they know it and they just stare at you and their eyes flick back and forth? That is Bones with Quiet Mercy right now. She wants so badly to go up there and wreak havoc. She is just, please.
Mercy just gives her that pleading look of like, I know you're older than me, but please listen to me. Don't move. Like,
just vibrating in red Talon.
I mean, I know that Mercy couldn't see the people talking outside. What's in this room that we're in?
Great question, now that you're not super distracted from the rest with all of the chaos of falling out of a broom closet.
I'm rubbing my weasel on the door. I'm done with that now.
There's a projector hanging from the ceiling towards a projector screen on the wall. There are cork boards up with diagrams and even smaller topographical maps. There are, as you kind of begin to peruse what's on the tables as well, Gaia's Weasel, there are blueprints for entire housing developments. You've seen this before. Back east. The Cult of Fenris moving in housing developments to disguise land grabs.
Yeah. Fascists tend to be pretty unoriginal. So no like fatigues, nothing to wear that would maybe disguise us so we could actually go look without being super suspicious, or giants terrifying wolves.
As you move over to a set of lockers on the walls, there are 2 security vests in there that say AESON Consultants.
I would know those, wouldn't I? I've seen that before.
You surely have.
Same. Second verse, same as the first. I'm gonna show up the vets and just sort of like, which one looks better? This one, they're exactly the same. This one, Quiet Mercy, this one,
second one.
second one.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants this one?
Quiet Mercy turns her ear back to the door.
Mercy, please. You're the social one. Come on, please. I can't do it. And those 2 can't do it. Those 3, well.
I can do it.
I mean, I've been pretty social.
No. Mm-hmm. You've been dog social, not people social.
That's a really big difference.
There.
Come on, Cam. You don't want to wear this with me? You don't like this?
No, I don't.
I think it would be more convincing, though, Cam, if you wore it, because then we would have Gaia, Weasel, and you, and me looking like a CEO walking through the door.
Really, that's how you want to role play? Okay, and this takes it from Weasel. But that means you're babysitting them too.
That's fine.
All right, deal.
So,
And
do we want to go out the door or do you want to go upstairs?
I mean, we can hit the stairs.
as you shuffle this security vest on, as both of you do, Gaia's Weasel, your elbow bumps the edge of the projector, and the projector turns on. And all of you watch as this dark room that you're in fills up with light quickly as the projector comes on and projects to the screen. And in almost 1950s like town ads on television, black and white, weirdly surrealist vibe, a camera panning up over these half-built homes. You see "Welcome to Mount Pleasant," and you begin to see these propaganda images of people who all look and dress the same, walking through the streets, waving to each other, white polo shirts and jorts and on all of them as they walk by and smile at each other. And you see all the telltale signs now. There can be no refuting it. There was maybe for some of you a small hope that this place had just been inhabited by the cult in the past. All of those hopes are dashed now, as you fully watch a propaganda film for the cult of Fenris play across the projector, talking about expelling those from your society too weak to hold their own weight, a society of equals in strength and measure, a society where to be the same is to be strong.
Never mind. Give me that vest. We need to get out of here now.
And
Yeah. Actually, we can just skirt the subterfuge and just start kicking ass.
Yeah.
I will allow all of you to increase your age if you would like.
Yes, please.
I'm keeping the vest.
I do have a question, because now I'm not deep in the rage. So Kiera does know where we are, right?
Yes.
And especially with Mount Pleasant being mentioned and everything. Okay. I know where we are if we can get out.
You
All
want
right.
No, please.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to elaborate on this?
It's pretty small town.
Okay. So outside there are two people. I won't even call them gentlemen. One named Garrett seemed to be very, very rude. Security cameras or security system gone off 20 minutes ago, nighttime. Anything ring a bell there?
I didn't go outside of town much. But
Okay.
I know where the trails are if we can get outside.
Got it. I'll lead us out this building. You lead us out of town.
And
Excellent.
Quiet Mercy and Gaia's Weasel. Weasel, your boundary is about to be breached. Someone has put their hand on the other side of the door. And you, Quiet Mercy, also hear the doorknob begin to turn. As the door opens, or I will give you all one action that you would like to do as the door begins to open.
I would yell for people are coming. Anyone who wants to hide, hide now.
Can I, hearing this, not gonna hide, obviously, because, guys, Weasel and Quiet Mercy are like homies like this, and we both kind of like stand our ground. Could I utilize Ice Chill of Despair? Can you remind me again about that?
Yes, Icy Chill of Despair. So what is going to happen as you enact this gift? Let me make sure I check my cheat sheet and make sure that I'm doing this right. Perfect. You are going to make me one rage check. So please roll one rage dice.
Success, or yeah, just we're good.
Perfect. You will not lose any rage enacting this gift. And for the remainder of the scene, you are going to add your dots in glory as a bonus to any checks for intimidation. And also, outside of your pack, willpower can neither be spent nor regained for the scene. And what you all see is, more than likely you've seen before, the shadows begin to swirl around Quiet Mercy's feet. They begin to look larger. The air temperature in this room drops to well below freezing. And these shadows are making Quiet Mercy look 3-4 feet taller, 2 feet broader, almost like they are in their Krynos form, just as a person. And the shadows swirl around, leaving just 2 motes of light where Quiet Mercy's eyes were, that are that same blue, that is that perfect heat lightning blue that streaks across the sky in those first weeks of July. And Quiet Mercy in this moment is the most terrifying visage in the world.
Glad she's on our team. Can I switch to Glabro?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a rage check, please.
Well, I threw it by accident and I failed, so down to 3 rage.
I
think I think my werewolf dice aren't as lucky as my vampire dice, guys. I think it's what I'm
Huddy,
learning.
we respect you committing to the bit that you started in Book of Hungry Names so much, but you're committing really hard right now.
I don't mean to be. I really don't.
Perfect. So you will go down rage as you get into your Glabro form. It's getting easier. It was hard when you first started shifting. You could feel each one of the bones snap and shift and enlarge. But despite popular belief, Gaia's Weasel, you're getting better at this.
That doesn't sound right, but I'll take your word for it. And I would just like to make one more rage check to have gremlins ready in case I need it.
Absolutely, go for it.
I'll have to roll for it in case I need it, but I'd like to have it prepared. I passed. My first rage check, I passed. Thank God.
There you go. Kiera, Cam, Bones, what's the plan?
So I can do a thing, but I don't want to mess with the rest of the pack, because if Kiera stands right by the door and uses odious aroma, that could stop them from coming in.
Could make all of us not want to be near you either.
I know.
Is that what
There's
you're
windows
doing,
in here.
Kiera?
I have such faith in my pack. Yes.
Wonderful.
And it's a rage check?
Yes, it is.
It's a counter one for us as well. I just don't remember what it is.
Yes. Composure and survival.
No.
Versus stamina and honor. Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I need everyone in the room to roll
It's composure and survival?
And survival.
Can I add a dot for my favor? Because that pertains to survival for some reason.
You surely can.
That's actually not a terrible dice pool for me.
Actually, wits and
Composure and survival.
Yeah,
Thank you.
composure and survival. Stamina and honor.
We are so fine. This is just dog smells. This is
I
great to
rolled
me. You smell better than you did
2.
before.
I know. Bones is proud. That's all Kiera wants.
Quiet Mercy is like, come on, guys. I'm looking so cool and intimidating.
I know,
I'm
right?
just a
Oh my!
baby.
Oh my god! One success.
You can willpower. You can willpower it. It's
And Quiet Mercy's like,
Can I-
oh, stinky.
Yeah. Can I use a willpower?
Did you bring any of that opium perfume with
Yes.
you?
Of course I did.
You can certainly use a willpower to reroll up to 3 fail dice. Not including rage.
Okay, that's better. I got the 3 successes on that roll. Ah!
Perfect. All right. Before we get to the culmination of all of these things coming together, Bones, Cam, what's the game plan?
Rip and tear always is the game plan, but I've been told no, Bones. We're not gonna destroy those who are spreading the Weaver's influence. No, you gotta stay back. So until it turns to violence, Bones is doing her best to be a very good girl and sitting.
Perfect.
I think doing that Malinois thing where she chatters her teeth in excitement because she's just so excited to bite something.
We love it.
Yeah, I think Cam's is just keeping Bones at bay. Like, don't worry, gonna tear some faces off eventually. Just gonna figure this out first. Why are you doing the teeth thing? Are you okay?
Weaver.
Cam, it's for you. It's almost like time stops for a moment. You feel a cool, wet hand on your shoulder. The presence of Gorgon is familiar to you. You don't need to turn your head. You feel her long, wet raven locks fall over your shoulder as she leans into your ear. You are my warrior, Cameron. Will you fight for me here?
Always.
I wish I could help more. I wish for you that the apocalypse had not already come. I was so much stronger then. We were so much stronger then. Do you remember driving down the 75 and seeing that last sliver of light?
I do.
That is how thin the margins of your success are. But remember, I taught Athena the art of war. You have all of my instincts, my beautiful son. Lead them through to the last sliver of light.
Your will be done.
You feel her cool lips pressed against your temple. As on the other side of the door, there's the sound of human retching, very, obviously, as this smell wafts through the entire room. It is foul, to say beyond foul. It is something only capable of the spiritual power of Bone Gnawers. And then you start to hear bones snapping. Smell Garu, or at least werewolf blood. And I have to make a roll really quick. Perfect.
Kira's turning
Gorgon's
to the pack.
stirring the pot over here.
I
Quiet
didn't
Mercy,
do nothing.
if you could for me, give me a stamina or strength and athletics.
Who? I'm sorry, I didn't hear who.
Quiet Mercy.
Oh man. One more time, strength and athletics, you said?
Strength or stamina and athletics.
I'm gonna take stamina. Just stamina. Cute. Success. I got just success. Yes.
One level of success?
No,
Perfect.
2 levels. Sorry.
Two successes. Perfect.
Y'all only had 2
So-
dice on that.
That is only going to have you take another 1 level of superficial damage
Cool.
from the brutal outcome that was rolled on the other side of the door. He was just going to try and kick the door in and try and make space for himself to enter. But instead, a clawed foot so strong it just pierces through the steel of this probably 2-foot thick door. Kicks it in, the claws rake across your chest, and the steel door hits your shoulder as it moves past you. Quiet Mercy. And what you all see is a throwing up human in the stairwell who's now passed out and seizing from the delirium, and a 9.5-foot tall Garu form werewolf. Garu form? Look at me. I'm a noob. A Krynos form werewolf coming through the door, and it looks like he is shredding the last bit of the human skin away from his face with his own claws, and he eats it coming through the door. And now,
Storyteller, can I ask a question?
you surely may.
Is my Armani sheer top like messed up from that kick? Like, is there like a run in it now?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, Quiet Mercy's pissed now.
Yes. I think in fact, as the kids say, it's on like Donkey Kong. So, you know what? Perfect. I am going to, since he had to kick the door in, I'm going to give this up to the pack to have the first round here. Being that the 2 closest to the door were Kiera and Quiet Mercy. And Quiet Mercy got hit. I'm going to let Kiera take the first round of this combat.
If Quiet Mercy and Grandma are looking pissed, it's go time. It's go time. We're going Krynos.
Absolutely. Could I please have Los Dos rage checks?
No. I succeed on both.
Perfect. No loss of rage necessary as you quickly begin to shift. That is going to take your action for the turn, but I feel obliged to ask, would you like to heal some damage at the end of your turn?
Yes, my 1 superficial damage. So
Sure.
let's rage check.
Rage check.
Ooh, that's a 10. Look at us go. I heal my 1 rage. I
Perfect.
heal my 1 superficial.
Absolutely. Quiet Mercy.
I think sliding back, you can probably see like a streak of red from her Louboutins being like slid back there. Yes. Quiet Mercy's also going to go into Krynos.
Absolutely. 2 rage checks for me, please.
Success on both.
Oh, no rage lost. All the pack is holding on to their rage. We love it so much. Would you like to heal at the end of your round?
Yes, please.
Absolutely. Make me a rage check and you can heal 2 levels of superficial.
Also success. Hey, go me.
Perfect. Still holding on to that rage. 2 levels of superficial healed. No worries.
Whoop.
Now, Bones, you've been chomping at the bit. Maybe literally. And now it's come through the door. How would you like to conduct yourself in this first round of combat?
Completely and entirely unladylike, of course. I'm going to shift to Hispo and throw myself at these foes.
Absolutely. You are already in lupus. Give me a single rage check.
Can do.
Perfect. Holding on to that rage. As you shift at the end of your turn, would you like to heal a level of superficial damage?
Of course. Grandma's going off her rocker. She needs to have all hands on deck.
Absolutely. Give me a single rage check, please. Absolutely. You may heal 1 level of superficial.
Yippee.
Cam.
I mean, all this peer pressure all of a sudden, I guess Alcrinos too.
Now, I do have it on good authority that you have a very unique gift that can be used in this scenario. A wonderful rapid shift gift. Would you like to use that here?
I'll save it. I feel like this isn't the last combat we're in.
Sure. All right, go ahead and roll those 2 rage checks for me, please.
Successes.
Perfect. You are going to lose none of your rage as you move to your Krynos form. Last and certainly not least, Gaia's Weasel. What's the game plan, friend?
Well, I'm not much of a fighter, but can if you want. Does anyone have any people that are here? Anything electronic in or around them that I can use gremlins with? If not, I have something else.
Can I say that Quiet Mercy would have had her cell phone on her? She is a lawyer, after all.
There's that.
Projector, right?
There's the projector that's
Okay.
on.
I would say it would be reasonable for the pack to use an Apple tag to
Okay.
track where Grandma goes.
Okay.
She doesn't like it,
So
but
I
it's
don't
there.
want to use gremlins then, so that's good to know. No, for some reason, in my sheet from Book of Hungry Names, I had really high strength and brawl, so I'm gonna stay in Glabro form, and maybe I'll be a punchy guy.
Oh, trying
Maybe.
your hand at being a punchy guy.
Well, it's just based on my sheet from what I did.
Yeah. No,
What I did
love
back
it.
in New England. My past.
I
in New
love
England.
it. Well, you don't need to change forms. You're already in your Glabro.
Mhm.
So go ahead and give me that strength and brawl, as in your Glabro form. You're just gonna rock up and clock a Krynos
I guess so.
full defenders.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else.
I love it. I love it.
I rolled a crit, +1, 5.
Crit +1 for 5. I love it. In a strange turn of events, Gaia's Weasel, you charge forward and you absolutely clock this Krynos werewolf, fully dislocating his jaw, fully spraying several teeth across the wall in a spray of blood. You got him pretty good.
Yeah, but then what?
And that is precisely what the weasel on your shoulder says as this Garu is winding up to take you for a ride. And I will roll his strength and brawl here really quick with 5 rage dice.
We're doing so good, guys.
No
Look at us
teeth this
go.
time.
It's fine. I can get away.
Just 4 successes as he buries his claws into your like hips on both sides, lifts you up, bites into your shoulder, and runs forward, just smashing your entire body into the wall under his weight. You are going to take 5 levels of superficial damage as he crunches you down and claws into you and barrels his body weight on top of you.
That fills up my track. Unless I switch to Kranos.
Filled up your track with superficial. We love it. Perfect. And then he is going to make a rage check to heal. That is a success. He will heal 2 levels of superficial. Perfect. Let's take it back to where we started. Kiera.
My packmate is now on the wall. That's not allowed to happen. So Kiera has shifted and is now this 7-foot monstrosity of gray fur and anger, and is going to bite into this other werewolf and try and rip him off. And that would be strength and brawl?
Always. With a 4 dice bonus because you're now in Krenos.
Oh god. Okay. Alright. So let's see what's going on here. I can do basic math. I'm not panicking. Everything's fine. And a 4 dice bonus. Oh, that's so gross. That's so gross. That's so many dice. I love my little junkyard dog. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
9 successes. Oof. So what happens here, Kiera, as you run up behind him, is you fully bite into his shoulder and you feel that sweet sensation of the first time you were in the Roach Motel and somebody left out like a box of chicken, like a rotisserie chicken, and it's that same sweet feeling that you felt when your teeth for the first time popped into that socket and you could remove the thigh and the drum from the rest of the rotisserie chicken in a single bite. And you do the same thing with one of his arms that is pinning Gaia's Weasel to the wall. You pull his arm off like a dog with a bone and shake it and spit it across the room in a spray of viscera. Quiet, Mercy.
Couple of mechanical questions since I am still learning this.
Absolutely.
I have automatic weapons, so I was curious, being in Krynos form, do I need to shift down into Glabro to be able to utilize automatic weapon, or can I still use that in Krynos?
You, by all technicality, you do have fingers and thumbs and are capable of holding a firearm in Krynos form. It is just very difficult.
Right. That's what I figured. So that's why I wanted to ask the technicality on that.
However, what you also have as you shift up into Krynos form, the gift that was given to you by your mentor. They're not silvered, but they are 2 daggers that possess 2 halves of a Bane spirit's identity. Anger and loss. Your 2 daggers that are your companions through all of your forms. This spirit that has been split 2 ways to fill each dagger. They are not silvered, but they do affect Garou as if they were.
Yes, I will be using that, pulling out the daggers.
Absolutely. So if you could, strength and melee with a 4 dice bonus because you are in Krynos. Oh no, you are not in Krynos.
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
was,
Yeah, you are.
yeah.
You shifted.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a lot of mechanics.
It's okay.
to keep up
There's a
with,
lot
gang.
going on. There's a lot going on. So 4 dice plus strength and melee.
Perfect.
That is a lot of dice. Wow.
We love Werewolf.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 success.
5 successes. You bury both of these knives into each of this creature's kidneys. You've done this maneuver 1,000 times again, and as you rip them free, it howls bloody into this room. It is ear-ringing, this concrete basement that you're in, and all of these sounds. The sensory overload is starting to kick in, but you've made a decent chunk of damage so far. All right, Grandma, batter up.
Batter up indeed. And by batter up, so there's a fun little thing you learn in medical school, especially when you're learning to draw blood. sometimes you have to draw from this thing called the femoral artery. It's incredibly dangerous because it's so close to, a bone connection. And if that thing gets broken or severed anyway, you'll bleed out in minutes. So yeah, I'm going to go right for the space between his hip and his leg and just start ripping.
Absolutely. This is a stealth physical test, and you're in Hispo form, so that's going to get you a 2 dice bonus. And bites in your Hispo form deal an additional level of aggravated damage. So let's get right in there, like swimwear.
Right in there like swimwear. Call me a thong the way I'm about to be up in his ass.
Ooh, tell him.
Okay, so that is a brutal success on my rage dice. That is a total of 5 successes.
Okay. Perfect. 5 successes with an additional level of aggravated damage. You tear into that femoral artery, bringing him low. You hear his leg snap out of the joint as well. He's barely holding on to Gaia's Weasel with one arm and one leg. Cam, just like Gorgon said, the thinnest sliver of light. That's what he has left to live.
Well, they made the mess, and I'm gonna clean it up as usual. I mean, what is left to do? It's gonna shut him up and just rip his jaw off.
Perfect.
I would also like to use a raging strike.
Absolutely. That is, I believe, a rage check.
Yep.
Perfect. I love my cheat sheet. I love my cheat sheet so much. It makes me feel so
That
good.
is a success.
Absolutely.
And what am I rolling? Just to double check?
You're gonna roll me strength and brawl here with a 4 dice bonus and your bonus from your raging strike.
You guys want to see something sexy? Well, let's count. That's 4 string, 4 brawl, plus 4, plus L, plus ratio.
Yeah.
I'm here to do one thing.
Ratio this man, please.
Get his ass!
I can see the camera shake with the dice roll.
That's how you know
That's
it's
a
a
lot
good
of
one. That's how you know it's a good one. Yeah.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
Absolutely. 9 successes. You go to rip this man's jaw off, Cam, but in your own rage, your claws sink into his upper lip and you peel the flesh from his skull and then his skull in the same rip. As the body convulses and the bones begin to snap and it returns to a human form. The thing with Krenos form is it's the nuclear option, gang. When you leave Krenos, you are going to have 0 rage. And you can spend willpower to get another round without going into a murderous frenzy. But how much willpower do you have to spend? I need to know who is staying in Krenos form and who is dropping Krenos form.
I'm dropping.
Perfect. You can reduce yourself to 0 rage.
Kiera's gonna stay in Krynos form. I will spend my willpower. I forgot how much willpower she has. It's insane. And yeah, head towards where the door is because obviously we just made a bunch of noise.
Absolutely. Cam?
I'll stay and I'll burn a willpower. But I would also like to note, friends, I have the right of shared fury, so we can share rage.
Same.
Okay,
So-
we're done.
Perfect. So, as this begins to calm, I will give you all a round to heal any additional damage you have to heal, if you have any.
Can I try and heal all of it and possibly lose my rage?
Go for it.
Because I want to peer pressure. I want to be like everybody else who loses their rage. Well, that's 3. I'll save it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're
I'm
at
at
1 rage?
I'm at 1 rage.
Still-
And I still have 2 superficial damage.
Perfect. And in this moment of stillness, I think this is where we're going to take our break. We will be back. Wonderful. Hello, welcome back, dear viewers. As we are settling in from the aftermath of dealing with this member of the cult of Fenris, and everything's calming down, you have a very quick moment as a pack, having dropped forms, some of you, to at least recollect yourselves.
Go team. Good job.
It's like we planned it that way.
Yep. Ow.
Bones
Are
will
you-
offer just a little sympathy lick. Just, dear, let me see. You've got some blood on your outer furs, and she'll start slurping at your clothes.
Thanks, Grandma.
Are you all right? And Kiera is just at the base where the door was kicked in, just muscles tensed, shoulders rolling.
You're still in Krenos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. It takes a moment for Kiera to get these words out. Trying to spit them through the rage is difficult. You are holding on, but barely.
So what's the plan now, kids? I can't imagine that they're not going to be sending reinforcements after all that commotion we just made.
Oh, we need to get the heck out of here.
And for a moment, there is almost like the cut of TV static through the air. This pressure that makes your hair begin to stand up. The two of you who are in Krenos form, unfortunately, are going to get no counter roll to this. But the other three of you, if you could for me, composure and resolve.
Oops, all rage dice. Ooh.
Critical 4.
Critical 4.
Look at me not failing.
Regular 5.
4, regular 4.
Wonderful. 4 was precisely the difficulty that I needed. This spirit of rage fills the room. And you watch as both Kiera and Cam wordlessly shriek from the room, running up the stairs.
Well, that can't be good.
Like we planned this.
You know, just because things work out, Mercy, doesn't mean you planned it. I'm not that dumb.
Look, everything has a way
I
of
would like
working
to
out.
propose a hashtag this is what my character would do moment, but I want approval from the table before I do it. Bones is a spiritualist. She can see shit. Normally, like a dog going after a squirrel, she would chase after that. Is everyone okay if I attempt that? To go after the spirit?
Yes.
Storyteller, I'm chasing after that rage-filled squirrel spirit.
Absolutely. And you don't even need at this point to tap into your penumbral senses. The gauntlet is extremely thick here. You're not even sure you could pierce through the other side. But you felt this before, Bones. This is a kind of bane that you've dealt with. It was some silly two-legged word. Calling back on that memory, a dissonant gestalt, a spirit of rage, which seems to favor this new cult of Fenris. And you know that that is what is leading your two packmates up these stairs, and you streak after it as well.
They better quit it. These ignorant pups messing with forces they don't know, and all this comes out as just horrible barking. Because I'm in Hispo, and this massive dire wolf is just loping after this spirit.
Quiet, Mercy. Gaia's Weasel. This leaves you alone in this room for a moment.
Great. Wonderful. Okay.
Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna limp a little because I couldn't heal all my damage to the door where the werewolf came in, and I just want to take a peek. I just want to see how many people are outside, or if anyone's coming, because I imagine my sacred boundary has now been violated because he came in.
Well, yes. Knowing both of your pools for strength and brawl now, the two of you that are in Krino's form, looking at both of your sheets, I'm going to make a quick roll for you both because you're in Frenzy and I have to take a little bit of storyteller prerogative here.
Yeah, the only thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Kiera's whole mind is just this was her home and they are tainting it with the worm.
With two sets of teeth, Gaia's Weasel, as you look up this stairwell, there were people coming, but very quickly you hear the sounds of automatic gunfire and screams as coming barreling down the center of the stairwell until it hits with a thick, meaty splash. An entire torso of a human being hits the bottom. And you just hear snarling and the sounds of carnage up the stairs.
Great. She's gonna look to Quiet Mercy first before she does something really stupid.
No, whatever you're thinking of. Please don't.
Well, do you have any bright ideas?
I always have bright ideas. You know this.
Oh, well, I'd love to hear one.
Fine. Proceed with stupidity.
Can
In that moment,
Oh no.
Gaia's Weasel, a pang of missing someone that was close to you. She sounds so much like Elton.
Yeah. I've done stupid things before that have gotten people in my pack killed. I'm not looking to do that again. But I do know that I can jump pretty far and fast. And I just want to get up there past the gunfire.
Hairsley,
I'd like to get behind... I mean, not that I can see them from where I am, but I'd like to get behind whoever's shooting the guns. Because I don't want to be on the side where the bullet comes out.
go ahead and give me a roll to enact your gift.
Well, let's see if I can even do it. Because I only have one rage.
Let's see.
Success.
There you go. Holding on.
Barely, yeah. And in Glabro, I get 2 dice bonus to physical tests, so...
Correct.
Yeah. This is not bad. This is not bad. Not for me. Wow. 7 successes with a critical.
Quiet Mercy, you watch as Gaia's Weasel leaps straight up in the air and upwards of 20-ish feet, grabbing onto the ledge of the stairs and beginning to pull themselves over.
Great. Everybody followed stupidity. Mercy turns the opposite direction. I'm fully out of rage, so I assume I'm in Hamid mode. So my whole situation is figuring out an exit strategy so that when they are done raging, we know how to get out of here. So I'm going opposite direction of them, going down the stairs and hopefully trying to find an exit.
You would look down the stairs, but it appears you are on the bottom level of this bunker.
Oh, easy peasy then. Okay, so I'm gonna start looking for some sort of exit door.
When you exit into the stairwell, as with most of these buildings, and by fire code, there is an entry and exit map. And it looks like following the levels of this map up, this is a deep bunker. You as a lawyer, you're at least moderately familiar with at least the penalties for these things not being, kept to code and standard and whatnot. You would probably have to take a guess that where you are on this base level, you are well over 50 feet beneath the ground.
Oof.
And the only way in or out is at the top of this stairwell.
Come on.
This is a one entry, one exit. And it looks like at the top of this stairwell, it should lead out into maybe some kind of, it looks like more than like a general like receiving chamber. It's big. Like, if you didn't know better, this might seem like like a military armory bunker. Like, the top
okay.
level of this building seems like you could hold very large machinery in here.
I'm concerned about security system situation.
I think the time for that is come and gone.
Great. I'm going to walk up these stairs then.
And even so, even barely over the sound of all of the gunfire and violence and screaming, and you hear howling from your pack mates up the stairs, you do hear the low droning of an alarm system.
How much? I can't believe I'm going to ask this in a werewolf game. What is my cell reception currently? Can I make a phone call?
Deep in this bunker? Oh gosh. Let's take a look here.
I swear, everyone, there is a reason I'm asking for this.
You're gonna have to get a little ways up the stairs at the very least. Down here, no. However, you do have an ally.
That's exactly what I'm trying to get to.
Code Eater, a glass walker who is taken some liberties playing around with your phone at the Sept of the Green Song. If you could at least get up to near ground level,
yep,
your phone will start to reach with the Weaver spirit that has been attached to it.
Amazing. That's exactly the plan that I wanted. I just needed service. So you see Quiet Mercy very, very diligently, very focused, as if like she could see the chaos, but like doesn't care about what's going on around her. She's focused on her one task right now.
Perfect. As you begin to run up the stairs behind everyone. Guys, Weasel, you managed to get behind this group of firing people that are firing weapons, but they're being chewed away at a superior rate by your two frenzying packmates. Kiera and Cam are absolutely making a gore-filled pool out of these people. And I need to make sure that I'm very clear. These are human beings.
Okay. I wish I took Song of Serenity. I didn't. Gremlins doesn't disable guns, does it? I can't. My Adobe won't open, so I can't look at my PDF.
Gremlins,
if I start rooting around for my book, it'll look weird.
Gremlins, looking at my little cheat sheet here, it lists electronics and other machinery. So I'm going to take a liberty and say that gremlins might have a decent effect here.
And I already activated that before. I just didn't get to use it.
I will say this is still the same scene for the moment. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay, can I use that?
You're unleashing your gremlins?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yes.
Hi, Huddy. It is firearms. Firearms is a difficulty 5.
Great. I can do this. I've rolled really well though the last few rolls, so I'm very concerned.
Guys, Weasel making a comeback. Come on.
Okay. It's 5, but with teeth. So possibly a brutal failure. If you know.
Possibly a brutal failure. But you do have the 5 that you needed.
Yeah.
So as you unleash your gremlins, that feeling of chaos within yourself unleashing them is always something that you've kind of thrived on. It's almost a good feeling to watch them do their work as you start to watch as they go to pull triggers and it just clicks and the mechanisms stop moving. And summarily they are torn to pieces by your packmates. However, Gaia's Weasel, you've been at this for long enough to know when they're done with them, you're the next target. Time to hoof it, sister.
I'll use Hair's Leap if I have to, but for right now, I'll wait.
Okay. All right. If you could for me, dexterity and athletics.
Yay, I get another 2 dice for this.
To try and stay ahead of your pack, as now Kiera and Cam are hunting you. You are playing rabbit to the hunting dogs.
Oh
Alright,
no, if only someone had Song of Serenity.
I didn't take it. Because I forgot. Okay, so I'm rolling really well now. So that's a crit, and plus 3 more. 7.
Perfect. As we will go through a little bit of a montage here of Gaia's Weasel running, just barely keeping ahead of the 2 frenzying werewolves, as Bones chases after this spirit. As Quiet Mercy heads up the rear, wading through all of this gore to get to where there's cell phone service. Gaia's Weasel, you finally make it to the door at the top of this stairwell. There, you've passed many different doors on the way up, but you've made your way to the top, bursting through with the other 2 hot on your heels. You see a huge, almost warehouse-like level of this bunker. You see that there are armored vehicles. You see that there are multiple tanks in here. All of them scarred with the 4 bloody claws of the mark of the Cult of Fenris. They are staging a massive paramilitary group here within this settlement. You've seen this before, not to this extent. They've gotten even further than the cult got back east. They're getting ready to start taking things from people. And you see that there is a group of 4 Krinospform Garu standing on the other side of this. All of them that sickly pale fur that the Get of Fenris is known for. Blood dripping from their maws. They look wounded as well. Something has happened here. As we burst through and as you fully escape this, and Bones, as you chase this spirit out into this large area, this spirit of frenzy weighs off of you, Cam and Kiera. You return to yourselves in this moment, just as Quiet Mercy, you skid to a stop at the top of the stairwell, not fully breaching, and your phone lights up. You have a single bar of service.
Immediately dialing Codebreaker.
Absolutely. Now, the 4 at the other side of the room are going to make a quick roll. It's a brutal outcome. They were prepared. And the 4 of them charge you guys down. Now I need to know, Bones, are you still going after this spirit? Because now, being up here, the gauntlet is thinner. You could see it, you feel, if you activated your penumbral senses.
I'm gonna say, as in the clouds as Theurge can be, as a red Talon. When it comes to war, when it comes to protecting the pack, spiritual matters must wait. She is going to turn on her heels and join the fray.
Perfect. Wonderful. They have charged in, leaving the first round of the actual combat well within your hands. Guys, Weasel, you were the first one up the stairs, so I'm going to give you the first round of this one.
Can I get in a tank?
You surely can. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'd like to see if these tanks are operable or not.
Absolutely.
I know that's not highest priority right now, but I feel like I could use that for something.
Go ahead and
Ragabash,
give me. Go ahead and give me a either strength or dexterity and athletics to get up into one of these tanks.
That's a great roll for me. 2 dice bonus, and then that is 5.
5 successes. You easily scale the top. Now I need to know: are you trying to get inside of it to use the artillery weapons,
Yes.
or would you like to stay on the top and use the automatic machine gun?
You know what? Let's do that one first, and then I'll play in the tank later.
Perfect. Sounds great. You easily slide in, start arming. Perfect. Pam.
I mean, I hate to be a broken record, but I'm here to do one thing, and that's rip shit apart. So,
Absolutely.
full speed. I gotta count these dice again. My God.
Strength roll +4.
While the roll is happening, I have a quick question.
I have a quick answer.
What is everyone's rage at? Because I know Quiet Mercy has none. And for us who are in Krynos form, we're at 5, correct?
Indeed, unless you've lost any.
Nope. Okay, that answers my question for my turn.
I hate how that was worded. Jeez Louise. All right, I got 4 more dice. Excuse me. Okay, let's do this again. Seven.
7. And you're going in with claws? That is an additional 3 levels of superficial damage in your Krynos form. So here's what happens, Cam, as you see these 4 members of the cult charge you down. You see that small sliver of light. And one more time you hear Gorgon's words in your ear. I have chosen your name. From this day until your last, you will be called Finds the Gap. As your claws punch through the rib cage of this Cult of Fenris member, you rip out 5 of his bottom ribs and all of his internal organs and slump him to death. We're going to move over to Kiera.
I would like to use Rite of Shared Fury.
Okay, this rite takes a little moment to get started.
I have the Rite Master.
But I was about to say, but you do have the right, Master, so I will let you cobble it together fast.
All this Rite takes is a fight, and we're in one.
This is true. So, tell me how this manifests, Kiera.
It's as if you can physically see the violence itself, that rage, that fury, as Cam swipes, as Gaia's Weasel gets on the tank and starts to mess with the gun, as Bones gets down ready. And as the weaver trash starts to buzz. And we as a pack can divest our rage amongst each other as long as I can make the difficulty, which would be 4. It's honor and politics. I got 5.
As you all feel the resplendent connection of you all being a pack, it all links together in a way that is more intimate than these absolute fools in the Cult of Fenris could ever understand. This unity and strength that they preach as a propagandized facade to bind them together. You feel what true unity is amongst Garu. You feel each other's very heartbeats. You feel each other's very rage. You, in this moment, have been orchestrated into a single organism. And you have been threatened.
So it says that I get to distribute the rage amongst us, but I don't like that. So I'm willing to give Quiet Mercy 2 rage.
Perfect.
If anybody would like to donate some rage to Gaia's Weasel.
Grandma's got plenty. Grandma's giving you 2 rage.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna
Perfect.
regret it.
As this feeling swells, we will go to Quiet Mercy. The phone rings for Codebreaker a single time before he picks up. Hey sis, where the fuck are you?
You'll never fucking guess. In a bunker in Portland.
Yeah, well, I wish it was Portland, but your GPS is pinging about 4 hours by driving south.
Oh, Christ.
Are
mean,
you
Gaia.
good? What the fuck is going on?
We're in the middle of a fight here. I need perimeter check. I need security. Can you hear all the alarms going off?
Done. Just grab another phone on the way back to the cairn, set this one down, and I'll start doing my magic.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Is it like without skipping a beat, because she can now feel the rage coming through from the right? She's gonna pull out her daggers and is it possible to? Is there a lot in my way? Like, is there a lot of people in my way or things in my way?
Oh no, you can get out of here easily and into this main room, and about 15 feet in front of the door, you see that Cam is now being surrounded by 3 more of these Cult of Fenris werewolves.
Amazing. Well, I'm gonna make my way out as far as I can. Fangs of Judgment.
Indeed. There is one that seems to be kind of leading the charge here, and he is still kicking. So, Fangs of Judgment is going to be a resolve and honor roll, and I need you to spend 1 willpower.
Yes, sir.
It's one of Avery's favorites because you used it constantly in our world.
I love this gift so much. This is, like I said, this is in my top 2 gifts in Werewolf 5th edition. Fangs of Judgment is so good.
Apologies, it takes me a little while to build this. My brain's still learning all of it.
Oh, good.
Cynthia,
You're
you're
doing great.
You're doing so
Thank
good.
you.
So great.
That is 3 successes.
3 successes. That is surely enough. So all of the pack is going to add 1 level of damage with their natural weapons against the rest of these Cult of Fenris Garu. As you enact the Fangs of Judgment, there is a roll of thunder through this bunker. Grandfather has spoken, and it is time for them to die. Bones.
Hey, so does anyone happen to be holding any guns, any weapons, anything that's metal per se?
It's funny that you mention it. out of one of the wounds of this lead Cult of Fenris member, he reaches into the wound for a second and begins to pull a silver battle axe out of his own flesh.
Oh, okay. Unique. I'll give points for creativity. So there's this fun little thing that Red Talons, as we who reject all of the Weaver's creations, it's called Render Down.
Absolutely.
So as he's pulling this out, I'm going to, my dog just bumped the door. My own little Red Talon wants to come in. I am going to latch my teeth around the blade of this axe and activate Render Down and essentially rot it in hyperspeed.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make the appropriate rolls, spend the appropriate things. However,
Absolutely.
this is a treasure of the Cult of Fenris, and it is real silver. You are going to take 1 level of aggravated damage putting your teeth on this thing. It
Sacrifices we make for Gaia.
Absolutely. Do your thing. Tell me
All
what
right,
your
let's-
successes are.
That's my rage check, so I'm not losing any more rage. And as this is a honor, no, not honor. Oh, it is honor. Resolution and honor. Thankfully, I've got quite a bit of that, being one of Griffin's patrons. Add a resolution. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
You've never done this with an object that housed a spirit before. Bones, you've been at this a long time. You know that you have to chase a spirit into its home in the Umbra to dispatch it. Not today. A feat of heroism unknown by Garu of this day. You expunge not just this axe, but the spirit within it from this side of the gauntlet. And Griffin, you hear the purr of that griffin's pride in his child. And you know, in this moment intimately, you have struck a blow that is monumental to the Cult of Fenris. This was a holy artifact to them, and it has been rendered to useless silver slag on the floor.
Blood in my teeth and silver in my maw. I will just whisper a silent prayer of thanks to Griffin. I will let none of the Weaver's corruption make its way through this world or the next.
Absolutely. Now, that's going to take what could have been a serious amount of aggravated damage away from me throwing at a camera, I know. But it is their turn.
All right, I need the word picture. How many are left?
3.
Okay, 3.
And Cam, it is their turn, and that is at least one of them rolling a brutal outcome. With claws, that's an extra 3 levels. Cam, this one's gonna suck. You're going to take a total of 9 levels of superficial damage.
That's homophobic, actually.
Honestly.
I am calling homophobia, but I do have Luna's resistance, which gives me...
So a reactionary gift. We love to see it.
Jeez Louise.
Don't forget, Vin, you're in Kranos. You get 4 extra things of health.
I
Don't forget.
do!
And Luna's resistance. That was one I didn't put on my cheat sheet like a noob.
No, you're good. I couldn't find it either. Like, I thought it was in the core book, but TrekNet had the updated.
Perfect. So go ahead and give me a lay roll.
Pretty sure it's a moonlit path.
Yes.
Thank you. Community ambassador. I did one as well. What am I rolling?
You are rolling here. Stamina and glory.
All right. Glory, glory. Let me find it. Okay, there it is. Am I adding rage to this? Like, is that part of the roll?
No.
Okay. Then let me get 1, 2, 3. That is 3 successes.
All right. So you're going to be able to mitigate 3 of those 9 levels.
Hell yeah.
So still taking 6 levels of superficial as their claws tear into you. But that does bring up Gaia's Weasel.
I want to shoot him with my big gun.
Shoot him with the big gun. We love it. I'm going to call this a composure and firearms.
Works for me. Cute. I have to do a 2 dice penalty though, because I'm in Glabro. Can I switch to Hamid? I know it's dangerous because we're here, but can I drop to Hamid? So I don't have that 2 dice penalty. Because I'm a goody-goody 2-shoes, and I remember that I have a 2 dice penalty to social rolls, which is composure. What am I Glabro for?
Yeah. Go ahead. No check required.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna spend willpower.
Sounds good.
4. Not great.
4 successes. You begin to fire this, and firing an automatic weapon inside of a closed concrete bunker, it is incredibly loud, ear-shattering. But I imagine this is the first time Gaia's Weasel has ever fired the mounted weapon on a tank.
Correct. Yes.
Crazy that this could be the first time. I mean, what are you doing with your life? But as you fire, the first few shots miss the mark, and you quickly adjust. There's more recoil on this thing, even with it being mounted, than maybe you anticipated. But the second 2 bullets that you fire in this quick 6-round burst, not realizing how deafened you are from it, easily tear through the side of one. It is barely hanging on. But this thing has some pretty devastating effect.
Okay,
And with
I'm
that-
good with our am.
Cam.
We're gonna close the gap or find it or whatever Gorgon just said and finish this guy off.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me that sweet, what is it for you? 12 dice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also get the +1, right, from my Fangs of Judgment?
Yes, that's +1
you.
to damage with natural weapons. Yep. And with claws, that's also a +3. So you're at a total of +4 levels of damage with your claws.
That's crazy. I had to count my dice in groups of 4.
It's actually one of the really, really fun things about Werewolf. Some of those dice pools can get really nuts. Start going crazy with it, they get real nuts.
Just stacking them up.
I did. crit
Werewolf
on
is
this
the only
rage.
splat where I've had enough dice where I rolled, and some of my dice ended up on top of the other ones that rolled, and I had to move them around. It's awesome.
Hey guys. So I'm making sure. Yeah, that's a success on every die. That is 14 successes.
Talatops. We love it.
That's my pick me. Let's
In
go.
that moment, as you swing, go ahead and just for me, really quick, just because I like doing fun narrative things, will you make me a single rage check, Cam?
Okay. That is a success. Jeez Louise, I'm scared.
As you pull your claws back, there is that again. There's this moment where time seems to split off in two directions, and it almost feels like an out-of-body experience as you pull your claws back, and you see a spirit half manifested on this side of the gauntlet. It's hard to make out its form and function. You hear, "Hey kid, heard you got a name today. Reach out, let me help you. You gonna let me in?"
Be my guest.
And I would like for you to put on your sheet that you have been taught the gift Spirit of the Fray by a Wolverine spirit. As your claws shear through one into the other, and in one swipe of your claws, two of these cult members are laid to nothing more than blood and bone. The sheer force of Cam's swing fully degloves their entire bodies and sends their flesh flying off up over the top of the tank that you're in, Gaia's Weasel. Like it's just a human glove flying through the sky. And now we are going to go to Kiera.
So there's none of them left?
There's one.
That one. Like, and I know Quiet Mercy was going for one, so we're basically gonna flank it.
Yes, this is the one that is the quote-unquote leader of this pack.
I'm gonna roll all these dice, and then we're gonna do some basic math. That would be 8 successes.
8 successes. Are you going in with claws or teeth?
Teeth.
So that's an additional level of aggravated damage on its own. Plus the additional level in natural weapons from Fangs of Judgment. Tell me how you end the life of this Cult of Fenris cult leader.
Kiera jumps up and bites into the shoulder. And as her teeth go into the throat, she rips it out, taking the vocal cords that they use to spread all their hate.
It is pertinent of me to ask. Do you swallow it?
No.
As you rip it away and spit the viscera on the ground, everything is quiet. That strange stillness after the pitch of battle. What do? You see the huge sliding locked metal doors that lead into this bunker up ahead of you about 20 feet.
Can I see if the tank works? My intention originally was to disable all the, use the artillery, but then, disable all the tanks with gremlins. The tanks work.
You get inside. Give me... This is so weird.
You're so
what
weird.
I didn't anticipate you guys using these, and that's on me. If I'm being completely honest.
You asked me to play Ragabash?
Yeah,
That
I
was your fault?
should have known better. Will you give me a wits, and
Technology.
I'm gonna call this driver firearms.
That's the same. Ooh.
Do we see any threats?
6. No crit.
6. Maybe you just watched some like war movies a while ago, but you get inside of this M1 Abrams and begin to just play around with things until you all watch the artillery head of this tank swivel towards the door. And Weasel says, hey, press the red one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I want to do that. Obviously, I want to shoot the really big gun. Obviously.
Can I do it?
I mean, yes, but also... Yeah, go ahead.
Fuck it. And he jumps up that little weasel jump where he fully jumps all the way up in the air and then comes down with his front 2 paws on the red button. And again, it is a deafening sound as...
I don't even warn any of them.
The artillery head of this tank blows the door open. Fire and shrapnel flying in every direction. And what you all now see and hear beyond the door as the smoke settles, Gaia's Weasel pops their head out of the top of the tank. You see a housing development, but it's covered in green and black flames. The flames of the worm, balefire, as the scene before you plays out of the worm and the cult of Fenris doing battle in this housing development with humans, maybe not innocent, but humans nonetheless, caught in the middle. And just when you thought you were going to get out scot-free, you look up to the sky and see a huge blood-red moon. 2 of you have moon thrall. You begin Quiet Mercy to shift into Glabro. You're already shifted up to Krenos, Kiera, so it doesn't affect you the way it normally would, but you all feel the call. And with a near unconscious howl being elicited from all of you, that is where we're going to end this special month of darkness, Werewolf the Apocalypse one-shot.
I'm so ready to go again.
We'll go around one more time, introduce ourselves, and then bid you all good evening. Starting with Vinvox VA.
What's this? Oh, Harvest Moon? That's crazy. Anywho, I'm Vin at Vinvox VA on socials at Blue Sky. That's Vinvox.com, which is also my website because I'm a voice actor and tabletop performer. And tonight I was Cameron Cam Crow. Now find the gap. That's crazy. I've had an amazing time. Avery, you bastard. I'm so proud of you. And just great job. My pack. Wow.
You love it. The wonderful community ambassador, Huddy von Schlant.
Hi, I have a tank and I'm keeping it. I've been Gaia's Weasel this evening, the Hart Warden Ragabash, and I had a wonderful time. I hope we get to do this again. Thank you, Avery.
You're so welcome. Cynthia.
Hey y'all, Cynthia Marie. I was your Quiet Mercy, your Shadow Lord Philodox. Good lord. Second time playing Werewolf. So much fun. I want to go again. Let's make this happen again. It was such an honor playing with all of you guys, and thank you, Avery, for such an amazing game.
You're so welcome. My wonderful, beautiful, loving partner, Az.
Hello, I'm Az, as Avery said. I can normally be found as a regular on the Huddyverse, or I heard a rumor I manage operations on Early Nomads or something. And today, I have been Kiera, the Bonar Galliard, and I love this game. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for this. This was a good time.
Absolutely. Abby.
Some werewolves. Hell yeah. Yep, I'm Abby. I'm your local Dana nerd. You can catch me at most places on the internet at Enough of Abby, but tonight I was your Red Talon Theurge Bones. And if you want to see more of me in the world of darkness, check me out on the Rolling Nomads channel in few vampire series, a little bit of werewolf nonsense, a little bit of ghoulishness in the Huddyverse. But keep an eye out, because terrible things are falling soon. And more importantly, check out the folks here, because they do amazing work. Oh my god, these are all my TPRPG idols. And most importantly, go piss, girl.
We love it. And last but certainly not least, hi everybody. I'm Avery at Avery DuBois on all the social media platforms. I have been your storyteller this evening. I have been so incredibly blessed with this opportunity and to play with these just absolutely stellar human beings that we've had at the table. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you again sometime soon. Bye-bye.